Hello everyone. When I was working in a corporate sector and in different companies, and when I was obsessed about starting a business, what I realized is that I used to complain about not having resources, that I do not have more money, I do not have a backup, I do not have more resources. But I have realized that in order to start a business, you don't have to wait for perfection in your life. Even if you have very less resources or even if you have zero money, you can still start a business and become successful. In the following podcast conversation, I am going to share some real life examples which are coming from my own family, my own relatives, my own friends and colleagues who did not have much support or resources, but they started regardless and then were able to successful in their stories and in their businesses. So joining me in the following podcast conversation is my own friend and the co-producer of this podcast is Lobo. So let's jump in.
So Chetan, today's topic is super important and I'm sure a lot of people must be asking this question also. How do you start a business with zero money? First of all, Chetan, is that even possible to start a business with zero money?
Yeah, it's a very genuine question. And we want to make sure that through our content, we are not misleading anyone.
Yes.
And most importantly, the knowledge and insight that we are sharing, it should not be bookish.
Yep.
Because people who may be watching this video must be facing some challenges in their lives in terms of their resources. They may have very limited resources. They may still want to start a business and they cannot figure it out. So our intentions are very genuine. And thank you for asking this question. And I want to answer this question by taking examples from my own family.
Okay.
So in my childhood, when we faced financial crisis within my own family, so at that time my mother took a lead and she started doing tuitions.
Okay.
Because she was very good in mathematics and English. So she learned that some people are doing tuitions and it's a very good way to support your family during when we were facing the crisis.
Right.
So she just started with just one student and the fees were very limited for that one student. But her teaching was so good that like month after month she was started getting 5, 10, 20 students. So she started earning from that. Really good that we were not expecting.
Okay.
She amazingly supported our own family.
Wow.
And we ended up having our own entire coaching center.
Oh,
Right.
all just started from
Zero.
teaching tuitions.
Teaching tuitions because she was very good. She was not like that teacher who just wanted some money or something. She wanted to make sure that student not only have the interest in the subjects, not only get the good marks, but they become capable in the future also.
Wow.
And which was lacking in entire education era. We know many coaching centers are there, many things are there, but there was no any genuine interest. So we did not have any resources. We were actually living in a rented place.
Okay.
And do you know, sometime after 6 months, we even changed the house because, you know, owners will force you. 1 or 2 reasons that let's say your agreement is done after 11 months.
Yeah.
Or so you are facing even issues that where will our student go because we have to change the society or something.
Okay.
So those parents will find out or will let them know that now we are changing the location. So they will come as far as possible.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
So because you all had to change your location, the parents of the students were willing to change it
Yeah.
because it was so good.
Yeah. And there are some of the parents, we don't want to travel extra 5 kilometers. And then sometimes they come after 2 months that no, your mom's teaching is best.
Wow.
We will travel 5 kilometers more.
Amazing.
So if we learn from my own example, my mom actually had nothing, not even her own space. We ended up changing many places. And still she got amazing revenue, supporting her family in a very dark time.
Wow.
And there was no any reason not to start those things.
Yes.
She was lacking actually everything. What do you desire to start a coaching center? So I can learn from my own family also.
That's amazing.
And that's my first lesson, that never complain about that you don't have resources. For example, if you are good in certain skills in your life, you are good in maths, English, you are good in doing anything which is your skill, even you are good in playing guitar, right? I have seen people just starting classes from their own home or from somebody's home. And they ended up earning really nice, at least supporting their bills at least. And then they translate those things into the business.
So you can use your skills to start your own business. And you said your mother started her own coaching center.
Yeah, coaching center.
So you all had other teachers also teaching.
Yeah, because he collaborated with other teachers, nice teachers.
Wow.
So let's say she will handle mathematics and English.
Okay.
Somebody will handle the social studies or whatsoever the other subjects. And my sister also jumped into that. And you may be surprised to know that my sister is married right now. She's blessed with one child right now. But she has started her own coaching from her home right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she's following my mother's path. Because my sister is also very passionate about teaching, genuine teaching. Not just to earn the fees.
Yeah.
Because she has a very stable income in her family. But she was passionate. That and especially those students who are really lacking and have a hard time to follow the school curriculum, right? So she wanted to help those kind of students also.
Wow.
So and they are also right now she is doing those tuitions from home, but they have a plan to establish that kind of genuine coaching center right now.
That's
so I have
amazing.
2 examples in my family to learn lot from them.
Basically, people who use their own skill set
Yeah.
to start their own business or whatever.
Yeah, it's
That's
an amazing
beautiful.
journey.
Wow. So the second point which you spoke about is using your own networks. What do you mean? How can you use your own networks to build your own business?
Okay, the first is you can translate your skill into business.
Right.
Second is translating your network into the business. Now I have one more personal example. So I work with one of the enterprise software company for 1 year, wherein something very interesting happened with one of my colleagues. So he used to bring sandwiches from home.
Okay.
And his wife was amazing, very kind, and his wife was making amazing jumbo sandwiches because the guy was software developers.
Okay.
And you know the journey of software developers. They have to work too much,
Okay.
right? Many hours. And you don't like to have always boring food like traditional food from the family. You will get tired. Also, you don't want to order from outside. So his wife was very creative. She was making very simple but amazing sandwiches from home.
Okay.
Right? Vegetable sandwich, egg sandwich, jumbo sandwich, right? And
How big were these sandwiches?
really big, it satisfies your tummy. So sometimes like food is all about the love also.
Yeah.
So he used to add, and then other people liked it and ended up requesting those sandwiches. And other people, can you just bring every day for us also?
Okay.
And say, yeah, we will pay you the amount or something like that. So he was not even looking for the revenue, but just standard. So he started bringing for 5-7 people, and people like that idea because you can't always eat outside.
Yes.
It's not about money, it's about health also.
Absolutely.
And sometimes your own wife or your mother will not always have a time to pack food for you because we are living in a such time, right? Even if they are housewife or something, they go through so much taking care of their child or whatsoever the issues. So people prefer to find an alternative solution.
Yeah.
And this was the best solution, that not only sandwiches are homemade, but also they are healthy and tasty.
You know, talking about sandwiches, my mouth is watering right now.
Yeah, so I call him a sandwich entrepreneur, and I want to invite him on this podcast to share his journey. And I wish he will come. So what happened is that then the order started growing. So right now I just spoke him before 1 month, and it has been long time, like more than 3 years I did not meet him. And he already quit the job.
Okay.
Right now. They are not on Zomato, nothing else. But what they have tried to do is that they have collaborated like 5 to 7 IT companies because they have a huge staff.
Okay.
And people need these kind of solutions.
Yes.
So they just created different groups, WhatsApp group from the different companies. People know them very well. And if you want a sandwich next in your lunchtime tomorrow, then by tonight you send your order. That which sandwich you need, what is your name, what is your phone number, and this is the payment.
Wow.
And nowadays, WhatsApp has payment options, and WhatsApp has shop, e-commerce options, and
Yes.
Google Forms are
Yeah.
available just to track everything.
Yeah.
So you create a form. So tonight you will open an Excel sheet. People have filled up the form. You know how many sandwiches you needed to make. Payment is also advance. So raw material is already sponsored.
Yeah.
And you use your own kitchen. Right?
Wow.
And husband just next day just deliver those things.
So he actually managed to quit his job
Yeah.
by just doing
Just
this
doing
sandwich,
things.
making
Yeah.
sandwiches for
Yeah.
people.
Because cash flow is now reliable.
Yes.
Because you can't just quit a job without a reliable cash flow.
Yes.
Right? And I got to know that they also started supplying this sandwich in the canteens of different offices.
Oh.
Many these IT offices have their own cafe and canteen.
Yes, yeah.
And they need to provide some options, right? Ready-made food or something like that. So they started collaborating. So they will supply like 20 sandwich to particular canteen. So they have now 3 to 4 canteens with them. So they started doing that
So
also.
those are the bulk orders.
Yeah, those are the bulk orders, reliable orders for a longer time, because the HR department or the admin department of the big companies also prefer to have this kind of healthy alternatives
Yeah.
where they can get some discount. These people can get a long-term contract of them that
Yes.
for next 6 months we will supply this or something like this.
Wow.
So it's like amazing, right? It's very interesting that something happened in front of my eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know this person.
Yeah, and the guy never thought about this, but he was lucky enough to get this kind of opportunity. Or maybe could I say that he was lucky enough to see this as an opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes there are things in front of us, but we don't see it.
Yeah.
And they are now planning to later open a shop and everything. And I wish just very best to him. That
That's
amazing license.
And this is all happening from their own kitchen. They haven't
No.
taken a cloud
No,
kitchen or
no.
anything.
They
No
have their own
commercial
kids
kitchen.
also. So they wake up early and manage these things, both husband and wife.
That's amazing.
Right? So same ingredients, simple things, healthy, maintain the quality and send it out. But do you know, that's what we were discussing 2 days ago. That this guy didn't wait for a logo or a graphic or a nice spec or anything.
Yeah.
So I can relate something more also. I have my colleague in a different company, and I'm sure if he will watch this episode, he will know that I'm talking about him. I don't want to take his name, but he's a very nice friend. And since last 4 years, he's planning to start a restaurant. He's very much passionate about it. But since last 4 years, nothing is happening. Because he's saying my food will be best of the best. My logo, my quality, my packaging will be best of the best. My ambience will be best of the best. But then nothing is happening. Because you will never have that kind of enough money and the best of the best.
Yeah.
And this guy is now even started to have their own shop and branding. Because now he's very reliable on the cash flow. So I think you...
Who, the sandwich guy?
Yeah, sandwich guy.
Ah.
So the another guy I was talking about is another colleague who is dreaming about the restaurant. He's just dreaming since last 4 years, waiting for perfection.
Yeah.
Now both the examples are very same, but they're still different.
Yes.
One executed everything right away, and one is just passionate about the ideas.
So what you're saying is basically, do not wait for everything to be perfect.
Yeah.
Just start.
Yeah, just start. It may not be perfect. You may not give so much positive feedbacks, but better thing is start, have a reality market check, have a reliable cash flow. Now design any logo, any brand, anything. You will even get investment from other people if your sandwiches are nice.
Yeah.
Right? People because see you, they are growing. But if you wait that I will have a nice place, nice quality, nice menu, then he's just waiting for 4 years.
Absolutely.
And that is the most dangerous and biggest lesson that you, me and other people in our generation can take it, right?
That's superb. Amazing. So we've discussed 2 points. One is skills and one is network.
Network, use your own network.
What is another way people can start a business with zero money?
Okay. Again, one personal example that I encountered during the one get together of our friends, that one of the wives had a birthday and we wanted to spend that birthday in a farmhouse.
Okay.
So, and we were not getting into like ordering a pizza or a burger. We wanted to have the routine food and a healthy food.
Homemade like.
Homemade. But we did not want to order from the restaurant as well.
Got it.
So we were checking on the Google and we suddenly come across one lady and we reached out to her and we found out that this lady is operating from her home and she is making best healthy routine food for the group size orders. And all you can do is pay some 25-50% advance. You can later know before 2 to 3 days for her and she will prepare most amazing and healthy food for you for your get together, whether it's birthday, anniversary, whether like 10-20 people are coming to your house for any occasion. She can make sweets for you, snacks for you, and everything is made in her kitchen. And she has a support from her mother-in-law, sister. They will just get together for the order and that's it. And she's operating from the kitchen. And she told me that every month she gets like at least 4 to 5 big orders.
Okay.
So imagine because if there are like 7-8 people are ordering in one go, then that amount will be good.
Yes.
And your margins will be good because you don't have to pay rent or anything like that. And your own family members are helping you. And 25% you can charge for the raw material in advance commitment. Take commitment.
Yes.
Because it should not go to the waste, right? So she will make only when she has a commitment. 25-50%. Now that's the biggest challenge when you start a business. Raw material wastage, resources wastage. And she has smartly solved this problem. She is not even leaving her house. And I was so amazed that this is the way even people are doing their business as a side income.
So basically she used her own readily available resources to start her own business.
Yeah, her home and her kitchen, that's it. Nothing else. Imagine that. And when I got to know, I said, wow, this is, this must be what a smart way to do the things in your life.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you have another example of how you can, what are the other possibilities to use your own resources to start our own business?
So let's say currently, let's talk about social media.
Okay.
We are all addicted to social media. We are all victim of it. We spend too much time on it. Now we have a choice. Either we spend our time or either we use other people's time in a good way. So now if you open YouTube right now, let's say you want to learn Microsoft Office. Let's say you want to learn editing software.
Right.
Let's say you will see many small YouTube channels are there. Right? And they are not using fancy equipments or studios, but they are good at teaching there. So again, you can see the point number one, that they are using the skill set for the business. But now I'm talking about a platform that you have a social media which was not there earlier.
Yep.
It was not easy to reach to this kind of large audience. Now you know something, you want to teach, open a YouTube channel. Not only you will get money from the YouTube, you ended up having so many connections. Like your brand will be there. Sometimes people will come to you to attend the offline seminars also because you are good at teaching.
Yep.
You will get the collaboration from the coaching institutes also, right? And you see this Instagram and other channels where people are coaching about the relationships. People are coaching about the fitness and everything. And they are not investing too much into that.
Yeah.
Right? Many of them are just simple vlogs and everything like that. Right? So these are, if you have a social media, use some of the time to leverage the social media to not only start a business with zero money, but also to build your identity and brand.
Wow.
And there are many examples in social media where they did not take it seriously. They started the channel just out of fun. They thought that nobody will be interested. It's just for the fun. And they ended up growing so much. So I'm thinking we will also have a separate episode to acknowledge of some of the people that was started from nothing, but it turned out to be very good adventure for them.
So basically you can use your phone basically.
Yeah, your phone.
And social media to generate an income.
Generate an income.
By the way, you have also done that using your other channel.
Yeah.
So and what is amazing about you is that you have just used your phone and one simple cheap light. And also, if you don't realize it yet, you have also followed in your mother's footsteps by teaching.
Yeah, by teaching. So I have 2 other YouTube channels. I'm gonna give the link in the description also if other people just want to check it out. And my so far investment was never any sophisticated videos or anything because I travel a lot also. Yeah. And my main focus is what I followed from my mother's learning is this: as far as your intentions are genuine, as far you are adding value to someone's life, people will not care much about the funny ambience or fancy studios or too much premium thing. Yeah. So I'm still shooting on my wife's phone. Wow. And I just buy sometimes I don't have even a light, but the light which I bought from Amazon is just very cheap. And I don't have any special audio equipments. I just use very simple free editing software because I don't want to edit too much. It's very time consuming. Yeah. And I was able to build my audience. I was able to build my business. I was able to earn revenue. I was able to contribute in somebody's life also.
That's amazing.
Right? And it is so interesting. The reason is because once we come from lower middle class or middle class family, you end up thinking that in order to be successful, you need so many resources. You need so many options. Everything needs to be perfect. Being rich is not possible for us. Or not being rich, even just starting a business is not possible for you. Now I know that I cannot just sit here and say, yeah, it's possible, do it. But we have discussed the example which are coming from my real life. Right? My family, my friends, my colleagues who have done that. And I started learning more from them. So this is just to say that it's not like that your path will be super easy and smooth and there will be a shortcut. But yeah, if you think that you don't have resources and that's a reason that you can't start a business, then we have a lot to learn. And especially if we look around where we are staying with our family or office, you will find a lot of amazing examples that people started very small or out of nothing and they achieved so many things in their life.
So what you're basically saying is that there are 2 models over here. One is the resource-based model where you feel like I need all these things in order to start a business. And other one is resourcefulness-based model. Where you're saying no matter, even if I don't have anything, like you just had a phone and like a cheap light, you said I will do it, I will use it, and I'll still grow it. And that's quite inspirational, to be honest.
Yeah, we will go through the speed breakers, we'll go through the challenges, but do it regardless.
Yeah.
Don't wait the perfection.
Yes.
Like I had one of my colleagues, he's still thinking about a better logo, and it has been 4 years.
Yeah.
And I have another colleague, the same example, that did not wait for anything and now able to quit the job, and he will figure out logo and graphics and everything.
Yes, absolutely.
So these are both very different examples, but we can learn too much from them.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Amazing.
So basically, to summarize this, you said you can use your software or your apps or like social media to grow your own business. What about, what other ways can people use? Can they use their contacts, then their knowledge?
Yeah. So for example, you have let's say you are living in a metro city, or sometime what happen, people visit that metro city in India from outside. Those are foreigners or something, and sometimes they are looking for particular guidance from you. So I have seen the very specific tourist guide, which are like very amazing people. They are in the college or they are even a software engineer in Bengaluru, but they know much about India, and they are passionate about sharing the story of India. I have seen these people that they are like, oh, I want to show the India in a different way. So they are going to the college, or they are a software developer. But in a part time, they ended up having conversations with these people who are coming from outside of India. They are in the Facebook and finding someone, and they help them to plan their entire India trip. That how you can plan their itinerary, what things you should visit, and even accompany them at few cities or even their local city. And they end up earning really nice from that.
So it's like a tour guide.
Tour guide, but not in an official manner, more in terms of you are helping out someone to share the India story. Because you are personally passionate about the India's culture.
Wow.
Yeah, because I met one guy in Bengaluru, and I said, you are a very successful software developer. Why you're in your Facebook profile, you are posting so many pictures of foreigners and you. So he said, first of all, I am very much interested in Indian culture, and I want, there is a huge deficit in portraying the Indian culture in a right way.
Yes.
So because if you look at, there are sometimes negative instances happens, and people coming from outside do not go to the places where you see the reality, a positive, good reality of India. So he even helps them to plan the itinerary. That if your family is coming, I'll suggest the best way to plan your entire trip with a budget also, and nice places. And if you come to the same city, Bengaluru or something, I'll help you explore the entire city. I'll have a food with you, everything from start to end. So even scams do not happen with them, because he's not a travel agent.
Oh, so he's more like a helpful friend, you could say.
You are aware, right? When we travel abroad, sometimes scam happens if we don't know the location. So with him, scams doesn't happen, because his intention is not that at all.
But what are you saying, he travels with them?
Sometime, if he has a time or something. Or otherwise, if the family or someone come in is stopping by the Bengaluru, then he will meet. He will take him outside, explore the Bengaluru city or something like that. But he helps in terms of how I can explore India better. Because if I want to travel any other country, let's say Philippines, let's say Germany, I would not have much better idea if I go to the travel agent. They'll charge me more also, and I wouldn't know whether it is just a random itinerary or something. I want to understand a country better in every sense. So he provides that experience. He guides them really, really much.
That's amazing.
Everything.
I've never heard of this concept.
I was never, until I check his Facebook and I said, what is this? And then he told about it. And you know what? He made so much amazing and unique connections out of this.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Because when he travels to other countries, these people are so friend. Oh, you come to Germany, I'll make sure that I'll take care of everything. I'll help you out in every sense or something like that.
So here's an example of taking a passion and converting it into an opportunity to make money.
Imagine, his only passion is he see the deficit that our culture is sometimes not properly explored by outsiders. So he wanted to just feel as a deficit, as out of the passion. And then he's doing so many things actually.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
One more example is that when I ventured into an export-import business with one of my other partners, which is still is in exploration zone right now. But I ended up learning that there are people in India who are working as a sourcing agents. And that means that if somebody is coming from China, Japan, USA, European country, and they look for some kind of product,
right?
Whether it's a medical product, whether it's dry food, whether it's just simple kitchen equipments. And we have factories in Gujarat, Punjab, UP, right?
Yeah.
So what it does is that some these sourcing agents know that which item where I can source is better.
Got it.
Let's say Gujarat is good in these things, Punjab is good in these things, and he have just fewer contacts, not more than 10.
Yeah.
That he just not the factory owners of just 10 people, manufacturers. So when the people from outside of India contact him via Facebook or Instagram or anywhere, he just helps them to connect with the right manufacturer or provider.
Mm.
And how he earns money is that by just charging some kind of commission out of the deal. Let's say 2%, 3% from the buyer, 2%, 3% from the supplier.
It's kind of like a finder's fee.
Finder's field. Now the reason why this works very well is that what he told me was very surprising, is that he does mostly from just on the phone via WhatsApp or Zoom calls.
Yeah.
You don't need much resources. Another thing is sometimes there are some buyers in Europe or other countries who become the permanent or a long-term buyers of this supplier. Now, even if he doesn't do anything, it is given. It is non-verbal understanding that every time this person orders from this Indian manufacturer, this guy who is working as a sourcing agent will always get his cut. It's not like that he will just cut during the introductory time, first time.
Oh.
But let's say that customer is there for next 5 years, ended up ordering the big items for next like 50, 70 orders. He will always get his commission.
Wow.
So
But
imagine
he has to work that out with the
work that
supplier.
out. But manufacturers like him because he's bringing the revenue in the factory, big orders, bulk orders.
Yeah.
So why manufacturer would mind to pass on 2% each time? Because that's how the manufacturer got this new customer at all. So there is an non-verbal understanding in their business that you have to respect that. And buyers also don't mind. Why? Because buyers don't know too much personally these manufacturers. They rely on this guy.
Yeah.
And they say, no, you better be in between. In something goes wrong, you handle it and have a negotiation or solve the problems for us.
That's amazing.
So like amazing. I didn't know that this is happening.
Yeah, there are so many ways you can make money.
So when I met this guy in Bombay, he's just with his home, spending time with his wife, and on the call he's calling some another European agency, and this is how he was doing the things. And he said, I have some customers where the money keeps coming 2%, 3% for a longer time actually.
Okay.
So all he needs to do is maintain a very good and healthy relationships, because trust works in both the way.
Yeah.
You can't damage the relationship quality, anything at all.
Yeah.
That's what something you have to do.
Yeah.
But if you are good at it, imagine this thing.
Yep. You know, one thing you just mentioned that you have to maintain these relationships. You know, actually developing your relationship skills is also a way to make money.
Yeah.
Because everything works on relationships. Right?
Everything works on relationships, everything works on connections, and everything works on commitment. Let's say if you walk with me, and if you know that apart from the quality of the product or services I provide to you, you know that I have certain ethics in such a way that you don't hesitate to refer me to your friends, colleagues and family members. So what I've learned in starting a business from zero is that first of all, don't focus too much on the revenue. Focus on your network and relationships.
Yeah.
Because that brings the revenue. See, sometimes quality is also possible to find outside.
Right.
People also find the better and lower price also. Why should they come to you? Because they trust you.
Yeah.
They trust on your word, on your behavior and ethics. They don't mind referring others' business towards you. So imagine, the biggest learning is not about building a product or service. Biggest learning is building yourself to become good at establishing a very good relationships with others people.
That's so true. I think, another episode has to be dedicated only how to maintain good relationships.
And the connections and everything, right? So you can grow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Great. So that was an example of a sourcing agent.
Yeah.
A sourcing agent basically has knowledge, firstly, of different manufacturers, things like that, and has good relationship skills so that he can use that to continue working with various clients.
Yeah.
That's an amazing thing. What do you have any other ways where people can use their...
Yeah. I have one in current times right now. Since time is very fast, we have a lot of challenges in our life. When I moved to Ahmedabad, sometime I also moved to Mumbai also. Right now I'm in Goa. So I have seen certain challenges in terms of real estate. And especially in Ahmedabad or Mumbai, I have seen people, even housewives, who are working as a real estate agents. Because all they have is just contacts of the nice properties.
Yeah.
And they just make a deal via phone. Now I know that sometimes we have a very negative viewpoint about the real estate agents, that they eat up a lot of brokerage and everything. But sometimes they are also very useful when you move to the new city. And there are many genuine real estate agents are also there who just work on the phone, nothing else. So when I moved to Ahmedabad first time, I got in touch with one lady who is a housewife. She's having the deal, the context of the nice properties where students can stay or a family can stay. And she was just helping to negotiate the deals. That's it. And she was kind enough to charge 20-30% brokerage just if you are student and if you are struggling or coming first time to Ahmedabad. She was also letting go her entire brokerage also based on the case to case basis.
Okay.
So at this time me and my friends were facing so many financial issues. So you say that we are unable to find the nice place for ourselves which is nearby to our office. We don't want to pay the brokerage. Is there any way you can help? So she just charged her 20% of her fees. And that also not upfront. After 1 or 2 months, we were able to give to her.
Okay, instead of paying her 100% of her brokerage, she only charged
20%. And that also we paid after 1 month or something.
Okay.
Because he said, I know the struggles and I know many students who come from a lower background. So I don't want to charge more. There are places I know, just meet the owners, get it, and you can pay me after 1 month or something.
That's amazing.
So amazing. In real estate, we have a negative viewpoint, but I have received help from them also. So that is also, she was doing without any resources, just being at her home, having few contacts. Even she was even kind enough to help in other things also. That what other things you need, is there any challenges or something? Because she was mainly focusing on these students and professionals. Some people are coming outside of Gujarat to work in IT industries or something. So her entire focus on the students and the professionals.
So one common link I find throughout all of this is be a good human being.
Yeah.
Actually, right?
And you know what? We ended up having a lunch at her house because it was afternoon when we met. I know I was so exhausted. It's a new city. We were facing challenges. It was so summer outside. So come join me on my dining table. And I was never thought a real estate agent will invite you for food or something like that in this kind of time.
Yeah.
And it was so amazing. And she is someone that you can reach out for other problems also. It's not just like real estate. Hey, I'm facing this problem. And if it's possible, she will jump it and try a solution for you.
That's amazing. So we have covered around 6-7 ways on how you can start a business from zero money.
Yeah, zero money.
So how would you like to conclude? I really believe that this topic requires another episode.
Yeah,
there are hundreds of ways, right?
There are many variables attached to that.
Yes.
That we can convert into another episode, and I'm sure we will cover it. So in terms of conclusion, in terms of framework, someone who is watching this episode and have the challenges in terms of the resources, not only they can follow what we have discussed, but apart from them, let me say that never just stop in your life just because you don't have something. Start something very small.
Yeah.
Sell that first sandwich. Build that small software. Contact that first person you want to sell the item or provide your services. Sometimes even help them freely also. Right? That's how you build your first customer. That is the entire story of the customer development.
Yep.
First start to build those relationships. Bring the revenue even later part also.
Right.
Use something in your home. Use your own skill.
Yep.
What you are good at.
Yeah.
Right? Whatsoever you have, you just use it. Be it in your kitchen, be it in your house, be it with your family member. Use your own network of relatives, friends to sell something.
Yeah.
But start. You never know what opportunity will go later on from one of your customer also. Your customer can become your future investor.
Absolutely.
Who knows?
Yeah.
So that is the conclusion I want to give right now. That start from somewhere and start.
This has been a superb episode.
Yeah.
You don't know how many people could actually take these ideas and start their own business or start, making money from their skills or their network. I think it's been an amazing time.
Yeah. And imagine your life will change.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your family's life will change.
Yeah.
Right?
I liked one thing which you said is that do not think that to start a business you need resources.
Yeah.
You need this and that to fall in place. You need a proper logo or you need the best logo. Start with what you have. Be resourcefulness based.
Maybe you are a resource. Maybe you are a resource and you are finding somewhere else.
Yeah.
Use yourself as a resource.
Exactly.
Your friends, your
own
network.
self.
Right?
Correct.
Okay.
Amazing. That's been an amazing episode. Thank you, Chetan.
Thank you. Thank you so much for watching this podcast. I hope you enjoy this content. I personally believe that a small idea or a small insight may change our life, and that's why I'm creating these episodes and different content. If you like my content, please follow it. Please subscribe to it. I'm available on all social medias. Also, If you have any professional or business challenges that you want to discuss with me, I'm always available. My messages are always open. I'm always ready to listen. Thank you.